Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'd like to invite the two finalists. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for the Team 1 of University of Fiji and Team 2 of the Fiji National University. We invite you to please come up to the stage. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are on our final debate. And the topic of this debate is social media. Social media is good for elections and democracy is the topic that we are debating today. And we have the winners from the first two debates this morning, University of Fiji and the Team 2 of Fiji National University. Please give them a big round of applause. Also, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to acknowledge and thank our judges for their hard work. Please give them a big round of applause. Also thanking our moderator and timekeeper. Thank you very much for the hard work. Please give them a big round of applause. And also would like to thank all of you for enjoying the lunch that was provided today. Give yourselves a big round of applause. So, seeing that we have new faces in the crowd from the debates this morning, I'm going to start with the team on my left to introduce themselves and what they study.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Shania Sharif, and I'm a student at Fiji National University studying Bachelor of Applied Social Science, second year.
Bulavinaka, my name is Grace Young. I am studying here at Fiji National University, studying the program of Bachelor for Applied Social Science, Vinaka.
Bulavinaka, everybody. My name is Mohammad Irfan, and I'm studying postgraduate in social science. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, your team from the Fiji National University. And now to University of Fiji.
Bulavinaka, once again to everyone and to the ones who just joined. Bulavinaka. I'm Chwapen Mawa, and I am a third-year medical student at the University of Fiji, Soweni campus.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Adarsh Kumar, and I'm a third-year medical student at the University of Fiji at Soweni campus.
Bulavinaka, everyone. My name is Ezra, and I am also a third-year medical student at the Soweni campus, UniFiji.
Those are your teams, ladies and gentlemen. We have medical students versus social scientists. Should any of you in the crowd get some medical issues because of the intenseness of this debate, we have medical students who can help you. Just let us know. But in the meantime, just as a way of reminder, could we all put our phones on silent? Avesi, that includes you. Ladies and gentlemen, also by way of reminder, you are not allowed to hint at any answers or give any hints to our debaters up here. And also just a reminder for those of us who just walked in the door, could we please sit in the middle? Kerkere. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, our debate shall now begin. I'd like to acknowledge also the presence of our viewers on our live stream. Thank you so much for watching. But I now hand you over to our moderator who will now explain how this final debate will run. Please give him a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Joshua Yee.
Ladies and gentlemen, our format for this afternoon is the same as the first two contests. Again, the first speaker is the speaker from the affirmative side, followed by the speaker from the negative side, then the speaker from the affirmative side again, the negative side, the third and final speaker from the negative side before the debate is rounded up by the final speaker from the affirmative side. Each speaker is given 10 minutes to speak. By the time you reach 8 minutes, I will hold up a sign saying you have 2 minutes remaining. Pay no attention to that, carry on with your arguments. And the final time I'll be showing you a sign is with something that's written time up, something with time up written on it. So yes, all the best to our debaters. I'd like to invite the first speaker from the affirmative side now.
In the wise words of one of the former presidents of the United States of America, the Honorable Abraham Lincoln, and I quote, Democracy is the government of the people, by the people, for the people, unquote. I'll just reiterate. Of the people, by the people, for the people. As you may have heard, there is repetition and emphasis on the people. Hence, it is pivotal that information is disseminated directly to every citizen, every eligible voter when it comes to election and democracy. And also, their voices and grievances should be heard and addressed. Thus, my team members and myself strongly stand for social media to be such a platform for the promotion and for creating awareness on election and democracy. Let me dwell on the reasons why we strongly support social media as a good platform for elections and democracy. Firstly, social media has a great reach. It reaches a large number of people. According to the statistics given from the elections office, youths who majority have accounts across all social media, talking about Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and etc., as you may know. 40% of these youths, more than 40% to almost 50%, 40 to 50% of these youths, constitute the total number of the registered voters here in Fiji. So when you're talking about a great awareness, we are youths who are actually the major who use social media the most, are greatly reached with the use of social media. And looking at 40% or 40 to 50%, we are looking at 26 to 37 seats in the parliament. So if a politician promotes through the social media, you are looking at a greater impact compared to other forms, such as, this comes in the second point, cost effectiveness. It is cost effective. You are not wasting money paying for other advertisements on paper, other forms of mass media. In fact, you're just using your own mobile internet, which lasts for a month, only $15, if I'm talking about Digicel here. I'm sorry, I'm not coming from any company, but I'm just saying the greater bundle here, I go for $15, because it gives me around 120 GB and lasts for the entire month. And any politician in Fiji can use this. And if you use this, just imagine, on the pep rallies, you're gonna hire a hall, which is around $200, or depending on the type of hall that you're going to hire. The flyers, whatever. You got the sound system, and maybe the live broadcast as we are using right now. All this costs money, right? And if you had to do it from the comfort of your own home, a great example is one of these politicians that I greatly admire, which is a woman. And then that is the Prime Minister of New Zealand, Jacinda Ardern. She sits from the comfort of her own home, and she directly communicates with her citizens. And this type of promotion, what does it cost? It doesn't cost much. She's not paying the extra $800, $1,000, how many more for all these pep rallies and whatever she has to do for promotion, flyers and whatnot, from the comfort of her own home. Coming to the third point, linking to the third point, she connects directly to her citizens. Their grievances are addressed directly. The citizens are getting their grievances addressed directly from the source that they wanted it to be addressed from that particular person. Get me? There's no third party involved. So there is no way in which this information can be altered, yeah, right? So yeah, it gives more authenticity to the information that is received by that particular citizen. And moving further, fourthly, talking about the convenience. As I said, and the readily available of resources. This all comes again and supports the fact that it is cost effective. I'm not gonna book the hall, I'm not gonna take the flights and all that because I'm just using my phone. And I'm connecting to everyone. I'm connecting to the almost 1 million people that are present in Fiji. We're only using the phone. There's no other requirement of other resources. Hence, again, I strongly stand on proposing social media as one of the best platform to be used for elections and democracy, Vinaka.
To rebuttal onto what the speaker one has said, for my team, we disagree with the points made by the affirmative team regarding social media is good for elections and democracy. The problem with social media is that, firstly, it is an unfiltered platform. Reason why? Anybody can say anything and it can reach everywhere. Example, a user online can create a lie and can spread misinformation to the general public. On 16th of November 2018, Fijian Elections Office had clarified on Facebook of ballot paper are done manually by the FNU counting terms, titled fake news. So how can we trust on social media to use as a platform for elections and democracy? Moving on, these are very misinformation whereby it can speculate really fast and go viral. And the reason is that in this advanced world, we are not just adults. First, adults are on social media, but young children as well who are exposed to social media apps such as TikTok, as you have seen with the recent TikTok case where one of the citizens from Fiji who moved into overseas and then how she was being held here in Fiji. So these are the platforms where misinformation spreads very quickly, and that is why we should not agree with social media to use as a platform for elections and democracy. Fake news creates a lot of confusion among the members of the public and the affirmative team is saying it's good for democracy and election. I strongly disagree with the point. One of the biggest disadvantage is that media can manipulate the mindset of masses of people who could then vote on that mindset whether it is correct or not. For example, as you all know, Donald Trump's victory, aided by manipulation of social media, it resulted in the victory of the president who promoted hate speech. That led to the riot at the Capitol Hills. By the supporters of Donald Trump, who didn't want to believe he has lost the US presidential election in January 2021. Thank you.
Good afternoon to everyone present here today. Along with my team members, I greatly stand with the topic that social media should be utilized as a great tool in governance and democracy. In rebuttal, first of all, my fellow debaters were talking about unfiltered news and fake news and whatsoever. So the first thing, as a responsible citizen, one should be able to have the social responsibility to verify and have this authenticity towards information. They should be able to differentiate between fake news and the authentic information put out on these platforms. Although there can be many accounts or so, as stated by my debatees, but as social responsibility of all citizens, we should be able to verify the information. Moving on, before I continue further with my affirmative discussion, I'd like to set the records and the statistics straight. 4.5 billion people across the world use internet. Moving down the scope to Fiji, out of 902,906 citizens of Fiji, 634.1 thousand are internet users in Fiji as of 2021. The numbers of internet users in Fiji increased by 48,000, that is an 8.2% increase between 2020 and 2021. While internet penetration in Fiji stands at 70.5% in January 2021, this was all compiled by Digital 2021 Fiji for Data Reportal. As from the statistics, you know that social media is a necessity. Internet has become a necessity in today's world. Social media is not something to be taken seriously, but is a game changer in governance and democracy. From Black Lives Matter and the Women in March to local and national political campaigns, social media is the driving force behind political organizations today, and this serves as a buttress for modern democracy. The note is modern democracy. Democracy changes with time, and so should we in adapting and in disseminating information. According to a survey conducted by the Open Government, more than half of the voters want to see more authenticity and transparency in their government. And why shouldn't they? Like any other business in the world, authenticity and honesty is a key concept needed. With the audience is a crucial in building a good relationship with them. Social media provides a perfect avenue to remain transparent and clear with your constituents as possible. Moving on to the second concept, which is test messaging. Social media is a fantastic way to test your message with your public, with your citizens, the people who have voted you into power or who are going to vote you into power. It can also be a leverage. Social media craft to effective messages as well. One statement that needs to be dwelled upon is that an engaged citizenry is the key to any democracy, and social media is built upon the very foundation of engagement among people. The democracy to prevail in social media is the host and the fastest means to do so. Due to the transparency culminated by social media in democracy, the officials cannot abuse their power, and given the authority, however, because of democracy, they are under the watchful eyes of the citizens because of social media. So they cannot use or abuse their power in such a way that they could overshoot and abuse the citizens and be, let's say, promote dictatorship among their citizens. So they are being under the watchful eyes of the citizens. And the abuse of power is significantly reduced if social media prevails in governance and elections. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. As I stand to rebuttal the first speaker on his stand on social media is cost effective, that it doesn't cost much. Now my question is, have you thought about the impacts it does to a person once false information is placed online? How much does it cost to pay for counseling about the different information it takes to manipulate and form so much doubts about a person? Would you be able to know the amount it takes to cost counter the effects it does to a mental well-being? Thank you. I stand to oppose the affirmative side on the topic. Social media is good for elections and democracy. Democracy stands for the rule of the people. You vote for its leaders, and your leaders get to stand and speak for you in parliament. With social media gives citizens new ways to get information, express themselves, and engage in democratic process, they also can be harmful. Social media has the power to sabotage democracy by distorting information, spreading false news, and making official information easier to manipulate. The dangers of social media to democracy is that it encourages and supports populists and authoritarian politicians in the world. For example, President Xi Jinping of China, Kim Jong-un of North Korea, and Vladimir Putin of Russia, the president of Russia, who have controlled their social media and manipulated information dissemination. This causes its people the lack of knowledge of knowing what is actually happening around them. Extremist politicians, they promote the religious and hate speech by the use of social media, because these parties such as Pakistan, Afghanistan, Iran, and Iran, majority of these are Muslim countries. So they tailor-made the social media to promote things that is injustice. But again, let me reiterate, the people are unaware of this. My second point is the power of social media gives power to ruin reputation. For instance, let me bring it home a little bit. The video that was doctored to humiliate a member of parliament, Leonora Ngeringertumboa, the false video claimed that she was engaged in a pornography activity in the past. Only because of a resilience of character that was able to overcome this misinformation given. Again, as I rebuttal the second speaker from the opposing team, you say that social media, anybody that uses social media has the right to know and sense the information that is given to them. Let me tell you, my friend, this is Fiji. Everything is just thrown on the social media and you're expected to swim. In fact, as of recently, the Supervisor for Elections, Mr. Sanim, had issued a law to censor the Facebook page that had been put out, which is One Goal, One Mind. This social media page has been used to manipulate the different information that is put out and to give misinformation about the election places, the election processes, and the elections that is about to take place. It also shows that the government themselves are aware that social media is causing so much problem to democracy. The third point I'd like to further discuss on is the spread of misinformation that rise through the aid of social media. Let's take the matter of vaccination being introduced in Fiji. When the vaccination was introduced, there was a lot of conspiracy theories. I mean, all of us are here during this lockdown. We were able to know so many information that was spread through Facebook, Twitter, and other social media platforms. Some people said there was a chip filtered in a person's arm that was acting as a tracking device for the government to use as a surveillance for its people. I mean, that's quite funny, right? Second of all, it shared that there was a magnet placed in a person's arm, acting as a magnet. Again, conspiracy theories. But according to research placed by the US medical stream, that the Moderna vaccination took about 16 years to make. Wow, 16 years. And some pages often just thought, from blog pages online, that the Moderna vaccination was just created yesterday, tailor-made, like I said, to track its people in surveillance. Again, social media being the problem. I live with this point. Social media is good. Don't let me get you wrong. Information is good. Expose yourself to it. But if information is always out there to deter people from knowing what is right, it can also look bad and take its country to wrong hands. Again, let me say it. Information given on social media is good. It depends on how you take it. If it falls on the wrong hands, it can manipulate the status quo. Vinaka.
Good afternoon, all. Today I stand here against the affirmative team on the topic social media is good for elections and democracy. Well, as I'm here to rebuttal, so let me begin with what Speaker 1 had said, as my friend already had made a statement on it, but let me just add on that the example he had used, saying that about New Zealand and the Prime Minister and all. Well, let me just add on to it. This is Fiji, and like if you like promote things on social media and all regarding elections, like we do not have advanced networking and all, and we are not that advanced in technology, and most of the people here are not really educated. Like we also have old people who are not much into influence of technology. How will they get those messages that's been done and that's been promoted through social media? And you think that using social media can promote democracy? Well, I don't think so. Because like as I said, not everyone has access to technology, and also people who live in remote areas, how can they get access to the networks? How can they gain access to the technologies? Moving on, speaker number 2, he said that people using social media should be responsible. Well, not everyone on social media are adults. There are also young kids who are on social media underage, and the voting age that starts is 18. Do you really think 18 is the matured age for most people? I don't think so, because 18 is the age where they hit the maturity, but how can they know if it's right or wrong? Not everybody tries to go on seeing a news and they'll go on researching. Well, as us youths, most of us, the time when we do our assignments and all, most of us find it hard to research. So people who get information on social media, do you think that whatever they get, they'll go on and blah, 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 like research about it? No. And also, he had stated that modern democracy, Fiji is not a developed country. It is not at the place where modern democracy can take place, because most of the people are not that much educated and influenced into this modern technology and this modern world. And Speaker 2 has also stated that using social media, it's gonna be like promoting transparency. Well, as my fellow colleague had stated about this one Facebook page, One Mind and One Goal, as they were the ones who were like posting things about the government and all on social media, and then there was so many misinformation. And regarding the transparency, well, what if the social media accounts, they can get hacked as well easily? What if it gets hacked and for example, a government page gets hacked and somebody else changes the information? How can there be transparency on it? How can it be transparent if the things because we all know that there are so many hacking issues going on social media. And also, social media is like a place, like for other technologies, for example, newspapers. We have to wait for 24 hours for information to be passed on. But when it comes to social media, it just takes seconds for the news to go viral. It will take one spark to burn the whole building. That's how fast social media works. And fake news can be just spread away so quickly. And they said that there is this, also Speaker 2 had said that that the government cannot abuse their power on social media. What about the oppositions and all, when they do hate comments and all, and they give in comments, like they cannot abuse power of social media? Well, most people do abuse social media. And also, if we look into the world, well, one of these apps was TikTok that got banned in India just because of this kind of fake information and news and abusing of power being done on it. And so before I end my discussion, I would like to leave it with a quote by Dave Willis, and I quote, "Do not use social media to impress people. Use it to impact on people." Vinaka.
Thank you. Now, in rebuttal of the three speakers that stand for the negative side of social media has been good to elections and democracy, firstly, the first speaker. Now, fake news being spread on social media. It becomes every social media user's responsibility to verify information and test how much truth there is to it. Just like how we are careful to receive information in person, whether good or bad, we look for verification and the authenticity to the content of the information. So why not apply that same principle to social media usage? To the second speaker, distorting information. Information cannot be distorted provided the media outlets disseminating this information have sought prior verification to release such information into public. And finally, the third speaker. Not advanced and not educated and too early for Fiji? Ma'am, times are changing, technology is advancing, and that exact mindset will keep you in the past. We are a part of a dynamic time, and therefore change is part and parcel of this era, so get with the rhythm. In my conclusion, social media today has become an extension of people's lifestyle, a platform to share experiences, collect memories, engage in conversation, as well as forge new connections. When we bring into the picture the topic of elections, one thing comes into our minds, and that is the contest between parliamentarians for votes. Votes that are dependent on the people that forge our democracy. Therefore, my group and I stand on the affirmative side that social media is in fact good for elections and democracy. Fiji has come a long way in the development of establishing its social media platforms, connecting people and individuals of various races, ethnic groups, and social backgrounds. It goes without saying that social media makes up a big portion of our time, and frankly, our lives. Ladies and gentlemen, firstly, there is no denying that social media has a wide reach within this nation. Therefore, this is the best tool for parliamentarians to use as an asset to engage with the people. And they can do this oh so conveniently. Information is in its purest form, unfiltered and not watered down. Secondly, to campaign and engage with votes is a strenuous process. Therefore, the utilization of social media grants you direct and equal access to participate and get involved with the people's voices. Ladies and gentlemen, what better way for people to get in on the action and be part of the decision making alongside the decision makers? Thirdly, with information as the predominant determinant in this democratic state, social media grants its users to benefit from trustworthy and pertinent information straight from those in power. Finally, engagement on social media allows the people to freely critique our parliamentarians. This engagement will see to that parliamentarians are being sharpened and made aware of what the people's voices have shown light on. Ladies and gentlemen, regardless of the negatives put up against the use of social media being a good conveyor for the elections and democracy, it goes without saying, social media is here to stay. And it will only get better and appeal to a larger audience. So we might as well use it to boost our democratic state and allow social media to give a greater and more transparency into run elections. Vinaka.
Ladies and gentlemen, can you get a round of applause for both teams? That was a very rousing debate on social media and how it's that social media is good for elections and democracy. So now the judges have the difficult task of tallying up the votes, and I'll be announcing the winner. And we also have the executive director for Dialogue Fiji who will be handing out the prizes. So for the university debate today, the winner of the debate wins $600. And making it a Saturday, it's a lot of money for you to continue this debate elsewhere. The runner-up team from this debate gets themselves $300. And I'm sure some of our audience can't wait to share in that winning. But also, ladies and gentlemen, the other teams that did not make it to the final receive prize money as well, and they get $150 each. And also for the audience, the prize that you receive is the love and appreciation of everyone up here. And now I'd like to call up to the stage the Executive Director of Dialogue Fiji. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Mr. Nilesh Lal. Also thanking our partners, International IDEA, Fiji National University, and our funders, UKAid. Please give them a big round of applause. And for those of you live streaming this and watching the live stream right now on the Dialogue Fiji Facebook page, thank you also for being here with us. And now, ladies and gentlemen, time to announce the winner. Since we don't have a drum effect, can you guys just do that on the desk, eh? And the winner of today's university debate is... Damage the desk and you will pay for it, eh? Once again, the winner of today's debate is... one of these two teams. That's right, that's right. So, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of today's debate is a student at one of these two universities. A couple of students, actually. I'm just trying to milk this, eh? So, before I announce the winner, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to thank our hardworking judges. Please stand up and wave at everybody. Yes, judges, please rise so everybody can see you. So now, the winner of this university debate is, by a unanimous decision, ladies and gentlemen, our winners, University of Fiji. University of Fiji, take a bow. Wow, they're very tall in University of Fiji. Just a reminder to the audience, the prize money is only for the debaters, eh? Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for your runner-up, Fiji National University. Could we please invite team 1 of Fiji National University to receive your runner-up prize, your consolation prize rather. Give them a big round of applause. Thank you. Can we have team 2 from University of Fiji? Again, ladies and gentlemen, we thank our donors and our partners, and also thanking the Fiji National University for the use of your venue. Please give the university a big round of applause. Thank you very much to all the teams that participated. Give them a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. And there will be a third debate, which will be announced later on by the people at Dialogue Fiji, where the winners of this debate, which is University of Fiji, will take on the winners from University of the South Pacific. It's just USP, don't worry. It's just another university. So ladies and gentlemen, with that, we thank you all for your support. We hope to see you at the next debate. Thank you for coming, and have a blessed weekend. Vinaka.